Alright, what is going on, guys? It's Noah here with Custom RC Mods. As you can see, we're out here today at the park with the FT Explorer, and I've actually brought all my planes here today. This is like the first calm, dry day that we've had in a little while, so I thought I'd get my flying in. So stay tuned for more flight videos coming very soon today. There should be like 3 or 4 coming out, but I'm really excited to Maiden this FT Explorer. I was going to Maiden it yesterday, but the wind was way too strong. I even came out here, and as soon as I stepped out of my car, I realized that this is just not going to happen with this huge wingspan and this long plane. But you can see that we've got our elevator, we've got our rudder back there, and of course we got our throttle. Wind's coming from this direction just a little bit, not too much, so I think we'll be pretty good. Let's go ahead and give this thing a little chuck. Plenty of power, plenty of power. And this is such an easy flying airplane. It's really, really simple. And this is what I remember from flying my last Explorer, is just that it doesn't take that much to get it going. Just a little bit of rudder input and keep a little bit of back pressure and you're pretty much good to go. And let's do a little downwind pass here just so you can see. It has a good amount of speed with this A2212 PowerPack B-Spec system, and it's not overly pretty in terms of handling, especially in this wind. But you can see that it is really getting around town here, doing just fine. It does have a little bit of tendency to lose altitude in turns, so you kind of have to bank and yank with the rudder, if that kind of makes sense. So I'm going to turn a little bit here, the wings are going to dip, and then I have to counteract with some rudder just to keep the wings back to level. So it's kind of like unintentional bank and yank flying, but it does fly well. It's just not overly beautiful when it does these turns, especially when you're going in and out of the wind. But again, it is flying, and it is flying pretty easily and well. There's not too much maintenance I have to do with my hands. So yeah, I'm really excited about that, but as soon as I get home, maybe sometime this afternoon, I'm gonna be making the 4-channel wing for this. I got some new servos in, so there's no reason not to at that point. But I'm really excited to see where this goes with this plane and how it flies as a true bank and yank with ailerons. But other than that, yeah, it's flying really easy. I think this is probably one of the best platforms, in my opinion, to start out with as a beginner. You can see it pretty much flies on its own. I'm gonna go ahead and hit the throttle. You can see the glide ratio on this plane is quite insane. It just takes a little bit, especially going downwind, to kind of get it back up into the air, which is kind of with every single plane. There's not as much lift going with the wind as there is against it. You can see getting a nice large amount of altitude, and there is a lot of trim needed to get this plane flying straight for some reason. That's one thing I realized with my old FT Explorers, that it never really flew perfectly straight, which was kind of odd. Like it always wants to do a little death dive to the right in this case. So you kind of got to hold a little bit of pressure to the left, and that's why I'm just doing left-hand circles around me. And this is a very capable airframe in terms of maneuverability, glide ratio. I can do basic aerobatics. Let's go ahead and see if we can get high enough where I'm comfortable doing a loop with this plane. I don't know if we're ever going to get there. Pretty much going full power here, and there's our loop. It's not pretty. It's not pretty. Basically, just like a wing over there. Let's get some speed. Loop. Kinda. It's not perfect. Of course, this is a PowerPack B, so it's not really going to be perfect, but it does fly really well, and I think that there is a few perks about flying this plane, especially with the PowerPack B. It's nice. It teaches you throttle management and when you can go slow and fast. And that's good. A lot of times when you have an overpowered setup, it's a lot easier just to go ahead and go full power the entire time. And this is going to teach you a lot more about wind and lift and where you can do maneuvers and can't do maneuvers. There's obviously not straight vertical on this thing, so got to keep that in mind. Anyway, that's pretty much it for this plane. One cool thing about this plane is that you can hand land this plane. So I really I like that about this. You just go ahead and let it glide into you. Hold a little bit of power. I'll actually do it for you guys right now. And you just grab it by the nose. Just like that. And it's really fun, especially when you're just learning how to hand catch a pusher plane. It's a lot of fun to do this with. And this plane hasn't even touched the ground. Let's go ahead. I'll demonstrate that one more time for you, how to hand catch this. So you get it going into the wind. Right now we're going upwind. We're just gonna come around downwind. Get a little bit of altitude. You wanna make sure you're gonna be hands off, so you wanna make sure it's above your head when this happens. And just leave it in, just like that, kinda sending yourself up with it. Then grab it just like that. Very simple, very easy, and this is an excellent plane because the prop's obviously not in the way. So if you're learning to hand catch, I definitely recommend learning on an FT Explorer. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Anyway, that's it for my review and flight of this FT Explorer right here. I am gonna be building the 4-channel wing, so stay tuned for that. Comment down below what you guys would like me to do with this plane next, or any video requests in general. Please go ahead, like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.